This morning on our special series, We the People, the Hispanic Influence on American Pop Culture. NBC's Carrie Sanders is here with a little bit more of his
All right, guys, here we have our Cafe con Leche. There you go, Cafe con Leche. And, of course, there is one of my favorite flavors of ice cream, dulce de leche. But, you know, me encanta, I love it. But it also points out, really, that what's going on in our country is el sabor latino, the Latin flavor, and it is much more than food. From what we watch, Papi, to what we eat, even what the First Lady wears, La Vida Latina has gone mainstream.
My hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy.
Gloria Estefan was one of the first Latinas leading this pop culture revolution. What is it about the music, then, that appeals to non-Hispanics?
I think it's the rhythm, it's the drums. They just move you. Rhythm and percussion is a very fun thing to experience and to dance to.
One group that embodies that appeal, Grammy winners Ozo Motley.
I think that young people today are much more open to diversity. They can look at Ozo Motley on YouTube. They can get a translation of the Spanish lyrics in English, and so they have so much more...
Or, because they were listening to Dora the Explorer, they understand.
Thanks for helping! Gracias!
Yeah, exactly.
West Side Story is back on Broadway, now in English and Spanish, selling out every night. And it's not the only hit show in Spanglish.
But I digress. Say something so I don't stress.
No hablo inglés.
Yes!
29-year-old playwright and actor Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It starts from the vantage point of a hyphenated America. We grow up with American culture, but also our parents' culture and what they brought from other countries. And so we have to figure out who we are in the margins.
His Tony Award-winning musical, In the Heights, brings El Sabor Latino, the Latin flavor, to the Great White Way. How did you know that you were tapping sort of a universal story for all of America?
It's sort of the American story, back to The Godfather. You know, I work in the mob so my kid can be respected. I work as a janitor so my kid can be a doctor. And Latinos are just the latest chapter in that story.
You do it, you're doing it well.
On stage and on screen, Hispanics are stepping out of the stereotype, with Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz recently winning Oscars. And remember Brokeback Mountain? The movie's score was composed by Gustavo Santaolalla, a two-time Academy Award winner, who, by the way, was born in Argentina. When somebody wins an Oscar like that, are people kind of sitting up going, really, that guy's Hispanic? I had no idea.
Yeah, I think in part they are. And they're like, wait, there was no salsa in that film.
Take one of the most influential pop culture gossip sites, blogged by Mario Lavandera, best known as Perez Hilton. And it is those subtle ways in which Hispanics are adding their rhythm, their ritmo, to American life.
I would like my cortadito.
At this new luxury hotel on Miami Beach, forget Starbucks, they only serve Cafe Bustelo. Zumba, exercise set to Latin music, packs them in, even in Arkansas. And what about those commercials?
I moved to the beat of a different drummer.
For a growing population in America, that accent is a familiar one.
There's a sense of wanting to be a part of the dominant culture and saying, here we are, we love the United States, this is our home. But we don't have to do that at the expense of losing our language, our culture. You can do both.
Nunca sabes quién es Hispanic and quién isn't, which is a little Spanglish, and a lot of people hear it, but you really never know who's Hispanic and who isn't these days.
Well, is that what you just said? What did you just say?
Yeah. That's exactly what I said.
But what's really cool, I think it was so cool that when people were discovering, you know, that somebody is a great talent who's Hispanic, who's there, and there's no salsa in the movie, and people are surprised by that. I mean, it's the mixing. It's really cool to sort of go beyond the stereotypes. Fantastic.
And you have just a huge political impact, too. You have the fastest growing voting bloc in the country, so it's the cultural, it's the political, it's just a real power.
That's why the census is going to be so important.
It's so important. Looked like you had a lot of fun doing that, too. Yeah, of course.
All right, Carrie, thanks very much. And coming up next with our coffee, we've got live music from one of the bands that we saw in Carrie.